What it do, family? I don't know how this gonna go. I'm driving, man. I'm tripping off. Let me see where this is going. All right. I'm just tripping off what's going on in the world, family. It just announced that it's going to be a food shortage. And every time they announce these things, I'm always thinking like, are we really ready for that? We go crazy when ain't no food is on the store shelves or in the grocery store on the shelves. You know what I mean? I ask myself, are we ready for that? Are we ready for a food shortage? Biden just announced that there's going to be a food shortage. Now, what that mean is, you feel me? Peace, family, peace, Liberty Bell. What that mean is that we as a people, man, we really got to get it together. We really got to get it together. Let me underscore something real quick about that fake paperwork. If y'all can get somebody, the accuser, to go live with me with that paperwork, email me at Taharkabey@gmail.com because I want to embarrass these people. That's why I'm just waiting. I want to embarrass these people, but I want to talk about something else. What I want to talk about is, are we really ready for a food shortage? What do the food shortage mean? It doesn't mean that there won't be no food. What it means is that Russia and the Ukraine, they are responsible for 25%, you hear this, of the world's wheat. My numbers may be off. If I am, I apologize. But 25%, that's a high percentage for the industrialized world. You know what I mean? That's a high percentage. And when you understand that the wheat, what's up, ODB? When you understand that the wheat is what they use to not only feed cows, but pigs. They use that thing in everything. Bread, animals, whatever the case may be, especially if you're a meat eater. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. They're saying that they're starting with bread. This is the weird thing, or starting with wheat. So they putting it out there that there's going to be a food shortage. Now, my wife, she does a class, and I'll put the link in here. When you filing harassment charges, I'm not going to document how I am. I'm not filing harassment charge. I'm actually filing what you call slander and libel and all of that. But I'm not going to put it out here right now. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But with that being said, what up, family? So with that being said is that Russia and the Ukraine right now, as we know, they are at war, and farmers can't work. Farmers ain't in no field pulling up the wheat. Ain't no farmers planting, ain't nobody doing nothing. And it's coming on the growing season. So how that affects the world is that we are in an international community. Just because you ride across the countrysides of the United States of America and you see soybean fields far as the eye can see, and you see wheat fields far as the eye can see, and you see cornfields far as the eye can see, most of the stuff that you see that's grown in these fields are fed to animals. You see what I'm saying? Like that steak that you like, you go to Texas Longhorn or whatever steakhouse you like of today, that steak that you got, a lot of the stuff that's grown in the fields are fed to animals. And because this is a nation that is dependent on meat for sustenance, that is the main reason for a lot of the grain that is being grown. Now the rest of it is grown for, bread and things of that nature. You know what I mean? But It's gonna be some trying times soon. I mean, it's gonna be some trying times soon for us as a people, because we are dependent upon this. You know, when you look at the, I always use the Amish as an example. The Amish got their storehouses filled. I don't think it's one person in here that owns a barn with some grain or with, I know I don't own one. Anybody in here own a barn? Does anybody in this chat own a barn that has dried corn or dried goods or of any sort? Anybody? We have become totally dependent on the same. This is the funny part about, you know what I mean, people who scream black power, people who scream Islam, and people that are militantly screaming Assalamu alaikum in our community. They are solely dependent upon the same one that they call an enemy. They are solely dependent on the same one that they call the devil. And though they are completely dependent on the one that they call the oppressor. Man, we in bad shape. We in bad shape. You know, as they bring in 100,000 Ukrainians here to the United States, and they able to give $1 billion for their jump start, and we're having a food shortage supposedly coming up. Not only are we going to have a food shortage, there's also going to be a toilet paper shortage. Remember I said you can't even flush your own poop? Well, you're going to have to find something to wipe your behind real soon, because the petroleum that Russia contributes to nations like the United States and other nations, where the logging and all of that, and wood and these things come from. Hey, that's done for right now. That's done. So although these things are going to be available, they are going to be extremely expensive. Everything is going up right now. I don't know about where you're at. Where I'm at, everything is up. A piece of plywood right now. Last year, they were, I think, $10.95 a sheet. This year, they're $32 a sheet of plywood. You hear what I say? And most times, Home Depot can't even keep it stocked. Most times, they can't even keep it stocked. Like this morning, we had a strong wind come through Baltimore the last few days. So me and my son, we're about to fix my privacy fence. You know what I'm saying? So I went to Home Depot this morning to look for some treated 4x4s, 4x4x12s. Man, you hear me? I'm ready to tie the fence up. I'm ready to tie this demonstration up. You know, my fence shook loose because what happened is I threw the fence. Somebody had, before I had the privacy fence, somebody, you know, they run through the neighborhood. Somebody went back there and took something out my backyard. So I threw the privacy fence up real fast. And so some of them I didn't put concrete footings in. And so when that wind blow, the ones I didn't put concrete footings in, that demonstration come up. I'm going through the tunnel right now. You know, but I'm telling you, family, again, there is going to be a food shortage. Family, what you need to be doing, you need to be buying dry goods. Not necessarily canned goods, dry goods. If you are able, you're a poor more. Thank you. If you are able to go and get bags of beans, you better go get them. You better go get them now. And you better learn how to eat vegetables. You got to learn how to eat vegetables. You understand? Stop thinking that there is no protein in beans and vegetables. That's a lie. That's a flat out lie. They use that to market you to eat animals. When they says there is no protein. There is no protein in eating vegetables. It's a lack of protein. You get your protein from meat. That is a flat out lie. Like, even the milk industry have been exposed from when they say you get calcium from cow's milk. It has been exposed that the level of calcium that you get from cow's milk is not even worth it. It's not even worth the side effects of the hormones and all of the other medicines that they give these cows. Not to mention the stressful condition that the cows live in. It's just like a mother living in a stressful situation and she feeds her child breast milk. That stress passes on to that child. And that's the same thing happened with cow's milk. You know, not only are you looking at the side effects from hormones, you also looking at the side effects from stress. And we wonder why we as a people are always stressed out, always look at problems as if they're real problems, to the point where we need counseling. We need mediation when it comes to conflict. We need conflict resolution when all we need to really do is just be still. Just chill and be still. But Biden has reported that there is a food shortage on the way. There is a food shortage on the way. And as I said, that only means that the prices is going up. The prices is going up. My wife, she does this thing every few months. It's called From Seed to Shelf. You follow me? From seed to shelf. Where, and I would implore you to join one of these classes. They're free classes on how to take, what's up, Lady Ace? How to take seeds, preserve your seeds. Who know how to preserve seeds for food? Because in a minute you won't be able to even purchase seeds offline because people are going to hoard them. You hear what I said? We're going to have to learn how to purchase seeds or harvest seeds. Man, we got a lot to go. We got a lot to learn. Listen, if y'all want to see some craziness about people talking goofiness right now for the next few months, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm telling you, we are in some trying times and we are so busy focusing on things that really don't mean nothing to us. So I don't care if it's one or two people in this chat. You know, I'm going to try to influence you to get yourself some seeds offline if you are able to. Right now, get yourself some cucumbers, get yourself some barley, get yourself, you feel what I'm saying? Get yourself some seeds. I'm going to put the link. I think my wife is going to give a class probably in a few weeks with our business manager who also has a farm, who also grows his own, he grows his own thing. Exactly. Somebody just mentioned what he said. Said that. What about when Russia do the cyber attack and you can't even order offline? Family, listen, don't take this for a joke. Don't take this for a YouTube vlog. Don't take this for a YouTube vlog. Don't take this for goofy joking. Family, go online if you can today. If you got $5 or $10, purchase yourself some seeds that you can later plant and eat. Again, my wife, she does this class called From Seed to Shelf. From seed to shelf. And what it is it's a class to show you not only how to harvest seeds, and my wife does canning too. She does canning too. Canning. But not only how to harvest seeds, but how to test the soil for the pH in the soil so you can have the best soil to grow your food, because all soil is not conducive to growing your food. You feel what I'm saying? All soil is not conducive to growing food. So like my wife, she tests the soil in our garden. And now I'm not really as educated on it as my wife. You know what I'm saying? But now I do composting. My wife got all that. You know what I'm saying? She get it all there. That's right. You on point, bro. But what my wife does is she only thing I'm gonna tell you, because I be working a lot. I bought my wife a tiller. Her and the baby be out there tilling. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to help, but that's her thing. You know what I'm saying? That's her thing. But she tests the soil, and she finds out that if it's too much calcium in the soil, you know, she got things that she gotta do to make the soil ready to receive the seeds, so you can get the best out of your garden. Every house should have a garden. When I was growing up, every house in our community, or every other house at least, had their own garden. Family, get to the point where you have your own garden. Start now. It is spring. Start now. Whether you have to have a raised bed garden because you live in a place where you can't have a garden, whether you have to have something in bins, little trays, a tray garden, please make yourself a garden. Because right now, whether y'all know it or not, if y'all not paying attention, let me put you on point. At first I was like, man, let them Europeans do what they do. Let them Europeans do what they do. But then I began to realize, like, hold up. We as a people, descendants from the inhabitants of Africa and aboriginals of the world, we are solely dependent upon these resources. We are solely dependent upon the petroleum. We are solely dependent upon the food. We are completely dependent upon someone else feeding us, someone else clothing us, and someone else providing us our water. I'm telling you, when I get to the point, I think after a few weeks, I got a lot of things coming up. But after I be able to settle down, I'm going to be doing these presentations. They're going to be 30-minute presentations. Right here in Baltimore County, they have the water treatment plant. And this water treatment plant is the waste treatment plant. Now, this waste treatment plant in Baltimore County is supposed to treat the waste that flows from the city as well as Baltimore County. And they just did an inspection on this place. And this place shouldn't even be open. In other words, where the water is supposed to be clear, it has sea algae in it. Where the water is supposed to be clear, and I'm gonna show that probably in a few days, but because I'm doing a whole presentation on it. Where the water is supposed to be clear, it got grass growing in it, it got bugs, it got dead animals in it. And now this water in these kind of like concrete holdings is supposed to flow back and be filtered and go back out into Some goes out into the Chesapeake Bay, and some goes out into your home if you live in Baltimore. And they did a, man, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy, where we are so unconscious as to when we turn on our tap water, what's coming out. When we buy bottled water, what's coming out. What's going, we are so unconscious. Unbelievable to me. We are super, super unconscious. And we think conscious is knowing about that we are descendants from the northwestern, southwestern shores of Africa. We think conscious is knowing the Bible from front to back, from cover to end. When did we get to the point where we thought consciousness was knowing a book? We think being conscious is knowing the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, or knowing the Holy Quran of Mecca, knowing the Bible, knowing how to read Medu Neter. We think that's consciousness. Man, we messed up as a people. We are totally messed up as a people. It's time for us to wake up. This is why I decided. As I said before, you know what I'm saying? This is why I decided I'm going to use my channel. You know what I mean? I'm going to use my channel to give you the updates on what's really going on around here. You know what I'm saying? Now, if anybody, now we're still going to expose these scammers and these schemers. We're still going to expose them. And if anybody want to address anything that I already opened my door, that if anybody want to question me on anything, email me at Taharkabey.com. But if you don't email me, Santana say paperwork. If you don't, Santana, you can come on the show. Just show your face. I want my accuser to come on, question me, show their face so I can embarrass them. I want to embarrass them. I don't want to just do a regular show. I don't want to give people a circus sideshow. I want to embarrass the accuser. That's what I want to do. Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying. I want to embarrass the accuser. You hear what I say? So anybody that talk crazy, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Taharka is sex offender. Bring the accuser so I can embarrass them. But if you don't bring the accuser, or you don't bring one who believes the accuser, don't ask me about nothing. I'll share it to the Moorish World TV citizens on Moorish World TV exclusive. But if you don't bring me the accuser, I'm going to let them keep talking. And at this point, I'm going to continue. Hey, let me tell you something. The original people, he's in the chat. He know what that paperwork all about. I talked to him on the phone. You know what I'm saying? What's up, New Wabu Order? But now back to what I'm saying. While I'm wasting time, spending time with these people hidden behind cameras, spending time with people making up these crazy, outlandish claims, it's about to be no food. It's about to be no food on the people's shelf. And our people are so dependent upon this system that I have a voice. I'm obligated to say, go purchase yourself some seeds. You feel what I'm saying? I'm obligated to say, listen, learn how to can food. I'm obligated to say, let me block this guy real quick. I ain't got time to play with you. Subscribe to, subscribe to Moorish World TV exclusive, and I go over the paperwork. Subscribe $10 to Moorish World TV exclusive, and I go over the paperwork over there. You're going to pay for this. You're going to pay for this. That's right. You're going to pay for this, not the citizens. You know what I mean? The haters and the slanderers, you're going to pay for this. That's right. I'm going to make you pay. Unless you confront me live on Moorish World TV. Other than that, you can go pay at Moorish World TV exclusive. But back to my point. I'm not going to play with you people. You know what I'm saying? Back to my point. So, because What we don't understand, is that Russia and the Ukraine, they actually make a large contribution. As I said, 25%. They make a large contribution to the world. Wheat, bread, thing in the Bible, that bar, whatever you choose to call it, has been historically and continues to be today one of the most important grains, wheat that is, one of the most important grains for humanity. Somebody said 80% of Egypt comes from the Ukraine. There you go. There you go. And we know, see, America and other European countries, they depend more on bread and vegetables. I mean, not America. America and other European countries, they depend more on meat. They depend on cows. They depend on chicken. They depend on more meat products. But outside of European countries, they actually depend on bread type, wheat type products. But fortunately, for a lot of other countries outside of the European dominated countries, they actually grow their own food. You know what I'm saying? They actually grow their own food. And somebody saying wheat is acidic. But let me tell you something. If you're not a vegetarian or a vegan, most of the food on the shelves in America is used in some form or fashion. Wheat is used. Let me tell you something. When they get finished with the stalks, and I'm talking about the meat, when they finish with the stalks of the wheat and what they said, once they get the wheat off and they got the broken stalks, man, that's ground up and gonna be fed to your cow. If you're a meat eater, majority of our people, man, man, we love some steak. We love it. We love it. You know what? Most farmers don't even give cows real grass. They actually give it meat. They give them corn. It's all this stuff is grounded up. Meat, wheat stalks, corn, and every other thing that they discard. I got a video where I was talking to the Amish people, and the Amish people, they just got miles and miles of cornfields that they just grow, and they sell to cow farmers so the cows can eat. And then they got another group that just grow wheat. Then they got another group that grow soy. Then they got another group. But all of this stuff is not even for human consumption. It's to be blended up and given to animals. And those same animals is what go on your shelf in the grocery store. Well, real soon. Now, that's what the Amish people do, but Russia and Ukraine are responsible for a lot of that too. So I'm just telling you, you know what I mean? We got to wake up. We got to wake up. You know, even if you like, listen, I was reading something that they even talk about coffee. If you like coffee, they say this stuff is about to skyrocket. It's about to skyrocket. Toilet paper. What is the ancient way of wiping your behind? Toilet paper is the modern way. Anybody know the ancient way? Anybody even care anymore? What is the old way of wiping your behind? Because that's where you might have to go back to. If things go far to the left, you won't even be able to go to a store to buy toilet paper to wipe your behind. Somebody say with your left hand. Man, that's the Muslims over there, the pale Arabs, man. Don't wipe with your right, wipe with your left. No. What I'm saying is, family, we got to get prepared. We got to get prepared. We got to get prepared, family. If you're not prepared, get prepared. Get yourself a garden. Know how, you know what I'm saying, to distill rainwater. Anybody know how to distill rainwater? To purify rainwater? Anybody got some purified water tablets? Anybody even know that they exist? Do anybody know how to light flint to light a fire? Anybody know how to use flint to light a fire? Man, this is the things we got to teach one another now. We about to get busy. Y'all think it's a game? Let me tell you something. If you pay attention to the news, and I'm not talking about the U.S. news that's trying to act like it ain't that serious. I'm talking about go to YouTube and look at Russia news and troll Russia news. And you see that Russia don't care they don't care one bit about this U.S. tough talk. And China is aligned with Russia, and they also do not care one bit about this U.S. and this European tough talk. They ain't tripping. And when they ain't tripping and you ain't aware, then you slipping. Because that fake posturing imposing by the United States, it ain't gonna work this trip. See, in reality, the whole world is upset with the United States. The only reason that they side with the United States is because everybody want to be with the projected winner. But that's only projection. That's only projection. That's the only reason, that's the only reason that people seem to be siding with the United States, because they are the projected winner. They are the assumed winner. But that's all projection. That's not reality. The reality is that the opposing forces are just as formidable as the United States. The opposing forces are just as formidable as the United States. And they ain't backing down. See, this situation is not Iraq. This is not Desert Storm. You know, did you notice how quick that the United States were able to rally troops to go to Afghanistan? Do you see how quick that the United States was able to rally troops and capture and hang Saddam Hussein? Why this didn't go there? Why this didn't go that way? The reason why, because they understand the opponent. They understand the opponent. Like somebody just saying here, I disagree. They are the United States. Israel own us. That's not the argument that I'm putting to the table. What I'm saying is that when you start talking about war and you start talking about being able to take care of yourself, one thing for sure is that a war on this level, where two European countries are at each other, and these European countries hold a stake in the petroleum that the world depends on. Russia hold a stake in the oil that the world depends on to a degree. You follow me? And they have a 25% stake in the wheat that is distributed through the world. The thing is, somebody say it's a theater. Even if it's a theater, most of our people don't even know how to grow a green bean. Most of our people don't even know how to process their own drinking water. And even if it's a stage, it doesn't matter if it's a stage. It really doesn't matter if it's a stage or not, because they're going to play it out all the way to the end. They're going to play it out all the way to the end. Even to little babies are malnutritioned. They're going to play it out all the way to the end. So, unless something behind the scene puts a break to this, it's still going to take time for the world economy to recover. And you're still going to have to be able to feed yourself. You're still going to have to be able to wipe your behind. You're still going to have to be able to drink water. Let me go up here. Me and my son about to go in here. You're going to have to lift because I'm talking to the people. Goodness. How about now? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? I don't know how I did that. Can you hear me now? Press 7 if you can hear me now. All right, good. My bad. My bad. So look, prices is so high right now that I'm going to have to go discount on this one. I'm going to show y'all something real quick. Now, this is, see if I can find it real quick. Listen, family. Anybody know how to build a clubhouse? You might need a clubhouse. Let me show y'all something if I can get it. Let's see how much this is. $77 for one piece of wood. $77. You know how much this take to build a house? Y'all better get it together. Times are changing. They here. $77. Now, that's the good wood. That's the good wood. Hey, Keenan, grab that, see that treated, that big treated piece right there? Yeah, we gonna get from the discount section. You know what I mean? We're gonna get this one. We're gonna need this one. You see that? See, look, I gotta be conservative. Look, I gotta be conservative. I gotta get the wood. I mean, I'm gonna be smart, because I'm only fixing a fence. I'm getting the wood that got the mark on it. You see what I'm saying? I'm getting them, but I like somebody said my neighbor saws his own wood. All right, get this treated one. You see them long treated ones right there? That right there, yeah. That long one. No, don't get that one. Hold on. See what else they got. That one good, but we gotta get an official one like that. But listen, let me show you. That's right. This is how we got to get down. Let me see how long is that. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we're gonna cut them in half. Yeah, we're gonna cut them in half. Yeah, because we got to get right. So look. So look, I'm gonna show y'all something. Where's that other wood at? If I can find it. They usually have it up front, but I didn't even see it. We're gonna grab 2 more of those. So look, what I'm saying to you, family, times is changing. Times is hard. It ain't changing, it has already changed. So look, I need about 2 or 3 of these. Look at this, family. Look at this. Y'all think it's a game? This is just a post. This is a 6x6 post. 64 bucks. 64 bucks. Man, this ain't no joke. This ain't no joke. This is no joke. And many of us don't even know how to harvest wood from the God-given greenery. You feel what I'm saying, brother? I'm trying to wake people up, man. We gotta wake up, man. You know how to harvest wood, brother? You know how to chop a tree down? But you got a chainsaw? See, I got a chainsaw. Who in here got a chainsaw? Now, what I'm saying is, with this war going on right now, it could affect us in adverse ways. So I'm telling my people here on my channel, Morse World TV, that if we are not prepared to do for ourselves, this may not be a luxury all the time. Home Depot may not be a luxury all the time. You know what I'm saying? We may not even be able. It might be cheaper to get a chainsaw and go cut your own wood. Man, we need some skills. Y'all children, y'all got children, y'all got to get them off that game. Get them off that game, put them to work. You know what I mean? Who got fuel for a chainsaw? Well, you don't need fuel all the time. Actually, you can get an electric chainsaw and you can go that way for a minute. I mean, but what I'm just saying is we got to begin to think of alternatives. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Don't live in fear. Don't live in fear, but think of alternatives that you may have to rely on. Because looking at these prices right here, good goodness gracious, this ain't good at all. Man, $64 for a fence post? How much those? My man, he got, they $20 for just a slab to go on his deck. Goodness gracious. And he better not get the top of the line. I mean, he might have to skip mortgage. Now, but what I'm saying though, is 153 people watching me right now. I'm telling you, take this serious. Begin to consider alternatives of what you're used to. You follow what I'm saying? Consider alternatives of what you're used to. I wanted to find that composite board. I think it's called composite. Come on, let's walk up here. I want to find that other board. I want to show you these boards used to be $10. They used to be $10 last year. Man, let me show y'all something. That's right, get yourself some seeds. Read these comments. Go back and read the comments. We are an intelligent audience right here. We are intelligent subscription right here. Go back and read the comments and you'll see that you see people, they already have seeds. Stop that right there, Keenan. You can leave that right there. So look, there are many people in the comment section say they got seeds. Order seeds while you can. Because if that cyber attack happened, so you're ordering now, that's right. But look, oh, this is it right here. OSB. This board right here, just last year, was about $10. This is what you use for roofing. You know what kind of board this is? This board right here is just wood chips from the sawmill that is glued together to make one piece. Take a look at it. It's called OSB. All the wood, they got extra chips left. They compress these together. $58. What I'm doing today is just trying to show you that the game has changed. And if you're not prepared, you're going to be a victim of it. You're going to be a victim of it. You know, like, you know, going back and forth for the hyperactivity of social media, I mean, people, the funny part is this. The funny part is this. People would say, why don't you teach? What happened to the teaching? And then when I begin to teach something in a practical manner, see, I don't teach moral science in a way that people expect. I teach moral science in the regards of practical living and practical application. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm telling you right now is that while we just having a good old time, while we just willy-nilly just kicking it, the world is passing us by. The world is steadily passing us by, and we're going to be a victim. I mean, we're going to be a victim. We're going to be a victim of not being prepared. We're going to get them. I'm going to have to cut them, though. How much are those? Where the price on those? I'm scared. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're going to be the victim, you know what I mean, of not being prepared. Let's get, they ain't got no price on them. A friend of mine told me one time, if you got to ask the price, you can't afford it. Well, I'm telling you, we in them times. If you got to ask the price, I mean, old D-boy, come on, man. What you talking about? We in the mall. Come on, man. What you talking about? Yeah, man. If you got to ask the price, you can't afford it, huh? I mean, let's talk about how much them products. You got to ask the price. Ain't no price on products. You just grab them and put them on the counter. Like, man, you crazy. Not today. You just put the products on the counter. Nah, we ain't putting no products on nowhere. I mean, we need to know what the... Anyway, I think we're going to start with this one, too. I think this going to be enough right here. We just got to cut them when we get out. All right. So, family, go on Amazon or Espy, whatever it's called. Grab that. Come on, let's go. Or Esty or whatever it's called. Order yourself some seeds. Get yourself some seeds. Get yourself some flint. Learn how to start a fire. Get yourself some beans. You know what I'm saying? Because while we dancing and rapping and whatever, while we doing all that, man, you got people that's stocking up right now. And you should be stocking up too. All right, let me pay for this real quick. You know what I mean? I'm going to take y'all on a trip with me because I ain't doing nothing today. Go back to making our own clothes. That's right. And who can sew? Let me tell you something. My wife can sew. She ain't making me nothing. I ain't wearing that right now. I'm just saying. That's a fallback plan. You know what I mean? She ain't making me no jeans right now. You know what I mean? But if I got to fall back, I'm telling you, I look like a pilgrim out this demonstration. That's right. Good goodness gracious. Good goodness gracious. Let me show you something real quick. I got me some cheap wood, but look how it come down the price. So I don't know how much I saved, but when she rung up these 3 pieces, it was $70-some. 77. It came down to 23. But if you ain't a builder, you won't even know how to manipulate this stuff. Y'all got to learn how to build. You won't know how to manipulate this stuff. It's expensive these days. Hold up a second. $24.78 from $70-some. But like I said, if you don't have the building skill, you wouldn't know how to manipulate this. I'm telling you, prices of everything is going up. They even charge for plastic bags now. Do they do that? Where y'all from? Oh, no. Let me see. Hold on a second. I gotta pay for this. Would they slice them in half for me in the back? Now that I pay for it? Okay. Hey, no, I want to show it to the people. So try to get them to cut it in half for me. Oh man, what'd I do? So we're gonna go back and see if we can get this sawed in half. But I'm telling you, I'm trying to tell people they gotta be prepared. This stuff is expensive. Gotta be prepared. See, everybody know. Everybody know what's going on. See, look, the European laugh because everybody know what's going on except for us. Like everybody know what's going on except for us. Like we looking for the next debate. We looking for the next confrontation, and that stuff cool. That stuff cool. And guess what? If you prepare yourself and you don't need it, at least you're prepared. Excuse me. Y'all got a wood guy back here? So, okay, I want to slice these in half. All right. So listen, you know what I mean? It's good to go back and forth with the foolishness. You know what I mean? It's exciting. It's love and hip hop-ish. But it's even more cool to be prepared. You know what I'm saying? It's more cool to be prepared. Do you notice with the crisis in African countries, nobody run to the rescue? Anybody ever notice that? Anybody ever say that 100,000 Congolese can come to the United States? Can 100,000 Congolese come to the United States because the war in the Congo? You hear what I'm talking about? Would 100,000 Congolese get $1 billion supplement to give them a jump start if they came to the United States? Nope. So we already know that the line has been drawn. And if you don't do for yourself, you done. And if we don't come together, we are done. The line has been drawn. It's right before our face. It's right before our face. The line is drawn right before your face. Listen. In Baltimore alone, as well as LA, Chicago, Detroit, and other major cities, there is enough homelessness to fill up a whole country, to fill up a small country. There is no real government provisions for that. Most of the people, okay, I want all of these cut in half, if you will. You got a key? All right. I'm gonna talk to the people real quick. But what I'm saying is, it's enough homeless people to populate a small country. But ain't nobody coming for them. Ain't nobody coming for them. So what that means is the lines have been drawn. The lines have been drawn. And if y'all don't recognize these lines that have been drawn, then we are truly slipping. We are truly slipping, you know? Now, I don't believe we all gonna come together. I don't believe that. I mean, I don't believe we all gonna come together. But I do believe that a large number of us has the mentality to work something that can attract those who normally would not come together. So if we don't start to move in this unified fashion, we're stuck. We're completely stuck. We're completely stuck. But if we start to move, I'm talking about you and me. I'm talking about you and me. One thing about me, I'm not just talking figuratively. I'm talking about you and me. You see what I'm saying? If you and me begin to put a state of mind in place to move as a collective, then we might get something done. Connect with the people in your city. Absolutely, I agree. Connect with the people in your city that the things are necessary. Doctors, nurses, gardeners, teachers, psychoanalysts. And that's very important. And that's very important that we connect with those people that's in that field. But we also have to remember that people that's in that field, they feel as though that they are part of the established, oppressive plan, where they don't feel that they're being oppressed, where they don't feel that the line has been drawn. So that is a good thing to do. But many of the people in our community really feel that they are a part of the same one that is drawing the line. Man, we in a tough situation. We in a tough situation. We in a tough situation. And this is why I say that it's up to us that's having this conversation, us that's gonna tap in later. Us, if I say, listen, this is the portal where we begin to build a plan of action. And I'm not saying on social media. But we need a plan of action. What is the defense for the preservation of those who are descendants from the inhabitants of Africa here in America, indigenous to the Americas? What is our plan of action as a collective? Anybody know? What is the collective plan of action? I'm gonna wait. Somebody share with me the collective plan of action for you and I. Anybody know? Because I don't know it. I know the plan of action that I have for my household and for those that are a part of the organization that I'm a head of, and for my friends that I can trust. But I don't, us as a collective, what is the plan of action? We just gonna freestyle this thing all the way to the end. We gonna freestyle this thing all the way to the end. When we turn on our faucet and don't know water come out, we're gonna start calling the water company. And when the water company say, oh no, the water has been suspended, we're gonna be like, what? The water been suspended? We're gonna start arguing, cussing, and going crazy, and then we're gonna jump in our car, and then we're gonna go to the store and try to get some water. And then when we go to the store and ain't no water there, we're gonna be in there cussing out the cashier. What you mean ain't no water? What you mean ain't no water? Y'all need to stock these shelves. Y'all gonna go crazy at the cashier. And then when you leave there, you're gonna start, reality gonna kick in. We ain't got no water. You're gonna start drinking little Huggies, Capri Suns. That baby boy used to drink. We need a plan of action, man. That's what this conversation is all about today. That's what this conversation is about, and that's what this conversation will be about. Look, somebody said, go to the next store, next city, bring the tractors. That's what this conversation is about. That we need to be more prepared. We need to be more equipped. Look, he looked at that and said, what'd you say? We can do better than that. No, he looked at that. I was telling them they need to be prepared. We need to be prepared. $77?
Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me.
$77 for one sheet.
A year ago, that was what, $30?
$30. $30. And the OSB is up to $47. That's $10 piece of wood.
Wow.
You know how you drop them prices?
What's that?
People stop buying. People stop buying for proper price.
Well, I'm telling everybody on my vlog show that because of this war, it's even going to get worse.
It's going to get higher. That
I
70
can't believe
bucks
that's
is
the only
probably going to
piece.
be,
Where's the rest of
it
them at?
might go up to 99 or 100 bucks.
There you go. There you go. There you go. He said that before the end of the year, that wood is going to go up from 77 to 99. Now, it's European. But what's the point? That he's aware. He's aware. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. We need to be aware. We need to be aware. You see what just happened? The European, I have no problem with Europeans. The European is aware. He's aware. He said he's making a projection right here in the store. By the end of the year, it's going to be up to $99 to $100. But how many people in our community is aware, not only we're talking about wood, but we're talking about all staples are going to go up and increase. And are we prepared to pay for it? You ain't getting no raise at your job in the next year, most of y'all. Most of our people ain't getting no raise at no job, but they raising everything. But they're raising everything. I'm gone, but they're raising everything. Ask your job to give you a raise. See what happens. Ask your job to give you a raise. Somebody say, half my house runs off solar. I built myself. Let's go, K-Cell. K-Cell, won't you message me, man? I need to get my solar on. I need to get my solar on. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Look, I ain't going nowhere yet. I'm going to take y'all on a ride with me. Take y'all on a ride with me today. Hold on. Take y'all on a ride with me today. Let me open this back up real quick. I ain't finished yet. Let me put this up in here. All right. Take y'all on a ride with me, man, because we need to do better. We need to do better. Throw that to the middle, I think. Yeah, I knew I wasn't gonna get much, but man, I should have had my truck on my trailer for real. But anyway, we to the point now where we're gonna have to start taking life serious because we're just looking at wood at this point. We're just looking at wood at this point because that's what we're talking about. But everywhere you go, there's going to be 90% increase on costs. Follow what I'm saying? A 90% increase. And we got to be ready. I mean, somebody say, nah, we get an elephant in the room. What's the elephant in the room? What's the elephant in the room? Anybody know the elephant in the room? Oh, man, you know what? Family, I'm going to be back in a minute. You know what I forgot? That's all right. Y'all can ride with me. Y'all want to ride with me? Most things are naturally available. This world did not start today. Exactly. That's one thing. That's one of the things that blows me away is that we are so spoiled and dependent upon what has been offered to us that we don't offer anything to ourselves. Like we don't like even if you say for instance, if you do, I don't eat meat, but say for instance you do eat meat. Man, we don't have a community that I know of. We don't have a community that I know of where we can all just go to and say, I want a slab of New York strips. Mama, I got that slab of New York strip back in the day. We was eating steak. Remember that?
Yeah.
We was eating steak every day. When years ago, when I you know, me and my sons, I mean, I raising 3 boys, and I used to eat meat back then. Shoot, they got a slaughterhouse here in Baltimore. Man, I went to that slaughterhouse, got me a slab of New York strip, cause I like steak that much back then, right? Man, they got tartar steak. What we having? Steak. What we having? Chip beef. What we having? Cube steak. What we having? I mean, somebody says Sinetta is character assassination on Bro. Explain. Well, I can tell you, and I don't want to delve too deep in that. Nobody shoots for the feet. You know what I'm saying? Sinetta has been attacking Moors and myself for the longest. You know what I'm saying? I came back with a fury of blows. Bing, 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 bing. And I have a controlled aggression and a controlled attack when it comes to the defense of myself as it relates to intellectual social media battle. You know what I'm saying? So I throw a bunch of haymakers. Bloom, bloom, bloom. And then I just back off and let you walk around punch drunk. Now, in the sense of social media, punch drunk mean that you just keep on making videos over and over. So I let you go on for a few months, and then I come and punch drunk you again. Bloom, 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 bloom. You know what I'm saying? Because we have bigger issues than that. You know what I'm saying? And then you got these smaller little platforms, get 100 views. I try to wait till they build into 300 to 400 subscribers, and then I delete it. You know what I'm saying? I let them work hard. You know what I'm saying? I let them work hard because I don't take this personal. See, one thing that I know is that the moment that we take this social media thing personal, we don't have the ability to use ourselves for the greater good of the people. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot that I can, there's a lot that I can offer as it relates to direction, as it relates to how I become. There's a lot that I have to offer. But the moment that I take social media personal and let my ego direct my course, then all that is valuable will be lost. You know what I'm saying? Because anytime that one have to respond constantly to anything, it becomes ego. See, I respond once, and my response hold for months. I don't have to keep responding. I can respond once, and it hold for months. But those who are ego bruised, you know what I mean? Those that are ego bruised, those are sensitive souls. They just got to keep doing what they do. And that's a beautiful thing, because I will use that. I will use that to energize interest. You know what I mean? I will use it to energize interest. But I'm to the point now, man, where I just been in deep thought. I just been in deep thought at the state of mind of our people, that we don't even know how to grow our own food. We don't even know how to, and I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about mass majority of our people, especially the Kodak Black generation. Especially that generation. That generation don't have a clue. They know how to grow weed. I think. Nah, they got buddies. They don't need grow weed. But what I'm saying is, this generation that we are in here today, man, they don't have some of the skills that we naturally learn by standing beside our mother, our grandmother, and those who were gardening, cutting grass. Like I remember my son, he with me right now. We had a neighbor named Miss Helen. And Miss Helen, I think she had a garden or she had bought some peas, snap peas. Man, shoot. She had my son mad as ever. Get on over here and snap these peas. He was looking at me like, nah, she the elder. Get on over there and snap them peas. And he snapped a few, and she actually, she was old enough to be my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? And she snapped a few and showed him how to snap a few. And guess what? He learned how to harvest peas. He don't know that was the term. He didn't know at that age, which he was about 11 or 12. Yeah, he didn't know at that age that he was harvesting snap peas. But that's what he was doing. And some of these skills that we learned just naturally around elders, man, the elders now is 40 years old. They smoking blunts with the children. The elders now, they 40 years old, sending the child to the store to get some wraps. You hear what I say? That's what's going on now. Press 7 if you know people in that type of situation. Press 7 if you know people in that type of situation. That the elders now are rolling up with the children, sending them for the wraps. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no elder sitting in no garden with no little teeny shovel talking about don't kill the worm, leave the worm here because the worm help make the soil good. Ain't nobody telling them that. You know, little children, they want to play with the worm. They want to try to break the worm apart. You know what I'm saying? And then the elder would say, no, leave the worm here. The worm helps the soil. Don't you kill that bug. Teaching you principles, teaching you morals. That day is gone. That day is gone. So I just want to say this in closing because we about to get to the spot where we got to put up this fence. My house, actually. I just want to say, family, if you don't do anything, order yourself some seeds from offline. Order yourself some real maize. Corn is not real. The original thing is called maize. Order some of that. It's more nutritious than corn. Corn is a modified maize. It's man-made. And study what foods are real and what foods are fake. And do not buy any food that don't have seeds in it. And if you can afford, get organic food because you'll be able to take the seeds and plant them. But if you get food that has hormones in them, there's a possibility that the seeds will be sterile. So if you get watermelon and you get seeded watermelon, don't be so excited that you got seeded watermelon and you got some seeds. Because those very seeds could possibly be sterile due to the hormones. You follow me? So if you are able to afford organic, non-pesticide foods, go that. That's right. Somebody said corn is genetically grafted. That's right. Don't get any genetically grafted food. It's a waste. It's a waste. And one of the things you want to pay attention to is tomatoes. If you eat tomatoes, make sure that the tomatoes are as natural as they can be. Because one thing about tomatoes is that they harvest tomatoes on a level whereas though you might be eating plastic. You understand what I'm saying? But educate yourself. And when you educate yourself, have your children around you so they can educate themselves. Like, we need to bring back the reality that we are in, where we can take care of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We can take care of ourselves. And that's just what it is. And I'm not trying to convert you to be a vegan or a vegetarian. Try to eat less meat. And find food with higher concentration of the protein equivalent that you think is in meat. The stress from the animal being slaughtered will transfer to you. The hormones from the animals to grow fast will be transferred to you. Thank you, Rodney. Rodney Bray said maize is the spelling. Thank you, man. We got an educated group here. This is why I tell you, man, Moore's World TV is for the critical thinker. It's for the critical thinker. What else I was going to say? Animals. Animals. If you do eat meat, try not to consume to the point where your body is dependent upon it. Because meat becomes addictive also. Meat becomes addictive also. The growth hormones is the reason why a lot of young children at the age of 11 have mustaches. Why young girls are coming of age faster than ever before. And why young boys are even growing breasts or appear to be breasts. Because of the growth hormones in animals as well as food, it inflames the tissue of the young boy and the young girl. And they're not really breaths, it's called inflammation. You understand what I'm saying, family? Educate yourself in your family. Because if things, shout out to Moors in America in the building, because if things go far left, you're going to have to sustain yourself or die. If you are a convicted felon and you are unable to purchase a firearm, get yourself a crossbow. Get yourself a crossbow pistol. You hear what I say? If you are a felon, a convicted felon, because one of the plots is to make sure that our young men would not be able to own weapons to defend themselves. And we think that the only weapon to defend ourselves is a firearm. Well, a knife can do the job. A knife can do the job. But get yourself a crossbow pistol. These things are so powerful that it can go through the skull and out the skull. Bing, bing. Do you hear what I say? You hear what I say? Do your homework. Do your homework. Know that you're going to need self-defense. Nikki Love say, get a throwaway. Now that's my girl. Now that's my girl. You hear that, Keenan? Now that's my family right there. You hear that, Keenan? You had to laugh at that, didn't you? That's right. You had to laugh at that. Nikki Love, you from Baltimore? Nikki Love, you from Baltimore? Nikki Love say get a throwaway 100. 100. Nikki Love say get a throwaway. My family. But whatever the case may be, there may come a time where you're going to have to defend yourself. And defending yourself, and in defending yourself, don't mean, she said no, NYC. Well, NYC to be more, we know what it is. But defending yourself does not mean that you have to defend yourself in the popular way. Defending yourself is being able to defend yourself. And defending yourself means get up off me. Back up off me. You're too close. All right, time to lay down. Night, night. That's what defending yourself is. You know what I'm saying? Back up off me. Leave me alone. I don't want no trouble. Psst, psst. Night, night. Goodbye. Have a nice trip. Toodaloo. Yeah. Defending yourself just mean, are you able to make it home after the conflict? Who want to go home? That's what it's going to boil down to. Who wants to make it home? That's what self-defense is all about. Who really wants to make it home? Because I'm going to tell you, I want to go home. But it's all about who want to go home the baddest. That's self-defense. All let's talk about karate, all that talk about swinging this, and all that talk about pow. It's all about who wants to go home first. I'm telling you, I got a whole bunch of tactics to help me get home. I'm going to make it home. I got to go see a lean. I mean, Lean, when I walk in the house in a few minutes, Lean gonna go crazy like he just see me the first time in his life. Daddy! Oh, Daddy! Taji gonna be like, Daddy! If I don't show up to my sons, they gonna have tears in their eyes. Keenan, you gonna have some tears? Keenan said he gonna have some tears in his eyes. So it's all about who wanna make it home. So always remember that in your planning of your self-defense. Oh, in your planning of self-defense, remember that you are trying to make it home to them babies. That you are trying to make it home to your wife. That you are trying to make it home to your mama, to your grandmother, to whoever you love. That you are trying to make it home. And in your surroundings, my phone will go out in a second because I'm going down this back road. But in your surroundings, make sure that you develop a plan for 100 different scenarios. And the worst enemy is the one that look like you. And the greater enemy than the one that look like you is you from a lack of planning. You will be your worst enemy from a lack of planning. That's right. But remember, the worst enemy will be the one that look like you. Because the one that don't look like you, he's going to stand out. She's going to stand out like a sore thumb. You should see them from a mile away. In fact, they have already exhausted all of their tricks. So there should be no surprise. But the one that look like you, with the turban, with the unk, with the beads, with the vernacular, Islam, praise the Lord, Salam alaikum, Hotep, Ashe, Kamastai. You feel me? That will be your worst enemy. Because you will fall for the dress in the vernacular. Don't fall for the dress in the vernacular. the black power and all of that is just a facade if they're not living it. And you know who they are. And you know who they are. So with that being said, family, my phone is about to go out. I already know because I'm about to go down this hill. Shout out to Nikki Love. Nikki Love, quote unquote. She told you get a throwaway. That's right. So I'm about to go down this hill and my phone gonna cut out. I'm thinking about going live tonight. There you go, Nikki Love. Don't let people know what you have as well. Never tell your plan. Never tell your plan and never let people know how you're going to execute your plan. You know what I'm saying? One of the what they call it, art of war. Let your enemy believe that you are weak so he can build his confidence. And his confidence will drunken him and you can destroy him. Then I paraphrase that. And if you don't understand, let your enemy think that you are weak because it'll build your enemy confidence. And in building his confidence or her confidence, they are going to make a mistake. And in that mistake, you neutralize the threat. With that being said, we're going to walk away with a smile. Peace and love, family. Again, I challenge anybody who have made any accusations about the People's Grand Sheik. You can come on Moorish World TV. You can come on Moorish World TV and question me about anything. But if you don't, you're going to have to pay to see my response on Taharkabey.com to anything that people say, because this medium right now will be used for something else for the next few months. I can help out a lot for those who want to learn for free. K-Cell, email me and let me know what your skill, and let's see if we can do a show on these things. Anybody who got a skill of survival proportions, email me at Taharkabey.com. Let's put together a panel and talk about some of the things that we can use to resolve some of the conflicts that we may face during a time of crisis. With that being said, peace and love, family. I'm out of here. I may see you later. I may not, but I definitely see you tomorrow. This is Good Afternoon with Taharkabey. I'm creating all type of shows, ain't I? Good Afternoon with Taharkabey. Yeah, email me, Hab. Email me. Let's get it. It's time now. The jokes are over. The games are over. We had our time to play. We had our time to debate. Now, let's move. Rodney, peace, and peace to all those Moorish World TV citizens. I got to get out of here.